In today's video, we take a look behind the camera at our studio. Tip 1.
Always sync your cameras with a... If you could use any noise really.
Audio is now synced with video. Video is synced with video.
We are synced with...
Scissors Sisters.
It's a little bit disingenuous. I'm not going to show you behind the whole studio because, I mean, I want to get out of here tonight and it's a big studio.
And what's behind it is just a brick wall.
We wanted to take you on a quick tour on what is behind our YouTube space. Probably the set you're most familiar with, where we record most of our tutorials and grab and go reviews. We wanted to show you the setup we used and how we go about filming it.
We'll start with the camera.
The cameras.
If you want to know how we film, we use cameras.
That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Well, you normally expand on that bit. We use cameras, and then you would say something like, well, specifically, we use the C100 because I'm AJ and I get a little bit nerdy.
Well, Pete, thanks for saying that. This is the Canon C100. Yeah, the Canon C100, the entry-level model to Canon's cinema range, but it is an all-round beast. If you want to weigh up the pros and cons between value for money, ease of use, and picture quality, the Canon C100 wins hands down. It's got a Super 35 sensor, so pretty much a full-frame sensor. That means we can use all of our Canon EF glass, and that includes our favourite lens, the 16-35 f4L series. For this kind of video, 2 people in a frame, it is a beast.
I agree with most of that, but you said it wins hands down, but there is a C200, which is obviously better.
It is, but it is obviously a lot more expensive, and we're making videos for YouTube, and we're not Peter McKinnon or Matty Habir. If more people signed up to we might be able to afford it.
Right, stop doing the tings. There's no need. It's overkill. That's just leave it. It's a little point and ridiculousness. I'm wearing this today because AJ told me that if I wear it, he'll get me a Filmmakers Club t-shirt.
Anything we film in this environment, we tend to use 2 cameras, and that's because it makes it a lot easier in post-production to cut any bits like that where I just stopped talking. So any cuts, you don't have jump cuts, you have a smoother edit with 2 cameras. And for our second camera and all of these bits of footage, we use the Canon Xc10. It's kind of Canon's lesser known 4K beast. It is part of the cinema range, but it looks like a DSLR, and that's maybe why most people haven't heard of it. It comes in at around $1,000, but it records beautiful footage up to 4K standard, and all round it is a great B cam, to the point in fact that we've got 2 of them, haven't we?
When you talk about jump cuts, we go from that camera back to this one. Smooth transition, but it's great for masking shots. And the thing is, with the Xc10 and the C100, it's like a little baby brother or baby sister. They're very similar.
I like we did it at quality, that's good.
But quite clearly intended for video rather than specifically made for cameras that can be used for video.
Actually, to get serious with you, that's a really good point.
Oh dear.
For any of our videos, we use video cameras. We do have DSLRs which can take great video, and I know a lot of you use DSLRs which make beautiful images. They make great video too, but we're video makers, so we use video cameras, and Canon cinema range, it's really hard to beat for their quality. And we're not sponsored by them.
Canon, we would appreciate it. We could perhaps put your logo there.
Oh, that's interesting. It says Watermelon Squad.
If you're watching, you'll know that AJ is an absolute audio nerd.
Thanks.
That's kind of more descriptive.
I take it as a compliment though.
Don't, because no, you're massively, massively too in-depth into audio. And sometimes it's annoying. Overhead, we have hung 2 very expensive mics because AJ will only use the very best.
So overhead, we have 2 Rode NTG2 shotgun mics. They're not the most expensive microphones, but again, bang for buck, ease of use, they're great. We've got them hung in what's called an XY pattern.
That's the nerdy bit.
They're connected via XLR over to behind the cameras and actually not into the camera itself.
That's another nerdy bit. See, that's where it gets annoying. AJ is that tuned in to fine audio that he believes that the preamps, even in a video-specific camera, are not man enough for great audio.
It's true, they're not.
It's annoying.
Canon don't make good preamps. I don't know any camera manufacturer that does. Even something cheap like the Zoom portable recorders have better mic preamps. So they just record a better quality audio, and most of the perceived video quality is done with your ears. So there's my geek line for you.
Well, you've just ruined the sponsorship opportunity with Canon by destroying their preamps. Cameras, important. Microphones, important. What's more important is that you can actually see. And in order to see a great picture on the camera, lighting is very important. And I did say AJ gets super excited about audio. However, wait till you see his whole demeanor change when he talks about the type of lights we have here in the studio. AJ, would you like to tell them?
They're LED lights. Again, we built this rig to be a pop-up studio where we can control light perfectly, and the first and probably most important thing was to get rid of any daylight in here. So we hung these blackout curtains all the way around us on 3 sides.
Oh wow, you were going into more detail than what I thought. I thought you were just going to talk about the lighting, but now we're onto the blackouts.
And that just enables us to control the lighting in here, so there's no spillage from the outside world, which means if we turn the lights off, it's pitch black, which enables us to control the lights exactly as we want. We then have 2 Aperture LED panels hung above us for the table, to light anything on the table. And we have 2 as key lights in front of us, blinding us behind the cameras. And then we also have, we experiment changing around with this. We have an Aperture panel underneath us as a hair light.
You see that?
And also some cheap RGB LEDs behind us to put a bit of blue onto the curtain. Just adds a bit of texture and separation from the background.
You're looking, aren't you? You like it?
But they're all placed in a permanent position, so they're all clamped in place onto the scaffolding rig that we've created. And that just enables us to have a kind of a 1-button setup. We just hit the power button and the whole thing switches on the same every time, same white balance, same lighting, which means it's just easier and quicker to record.
Yeah, try and make it sound like we do more than that.
We don't. We're probably the laziest filmmakers in the business. That's awkward. Don't worry, that's just the script falling down. It is a DIY scaffolding rig that we've built. We bought pre-cut lengths of scaffolding poles and built a cube, essentially like a room within a room. So we could hang the curtains all around us, the acoustic blackout curtains. We could then throw any cables, power, XLR, whatever it is we need above us so it's out of the set, and also attach these microphones and lights permanently to the setup in the orientation we wanted.
And we're not scaffolders, but we did save ourselves the best part of £2,300 by building it ourselves.
That's a very precise figure.
Well, it's the difference to the full price of what it actually cost and what it would have cost if we had bought the branded version.
There was a branded version. We just went to a scaffolding company and said, here, cut us some poles. I think before we finish, there's some honourable mentions I wanted to get in here. First one is the acoustic panels.
Oh, tucked away.
Tucked away behind the curtains. In fact, every room we work in, we put acoustic treatment in all the rooms.
As you're looking at now, these beautiful panels.
You've done one of those like infomercial.
Yeah.
Here you see these perfectly placed Rockwall panels.
Yeah.
Next on the honourable roll mention list.
What, the TV that's...
monitor screen.
Yes, we've got a 32-inch review monitor.
Yeah, it's not a monitor, it's not something like Atomos. It's just an old TV we had kicking around, but because we are probably 3 meters away from it, we needed something big that we can see the framing and the focus at a glance. And the old TV does it. It doesn't do a great job at color rendering. It has no focus peaking or exposure zebras or anything like that. It's just a TV.
Quick reference.
And it's named
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's important.
Mark 1.
Mark 1. The other things I'd like to mention are those weird mic stands that the microphones hang off. I don't know what they're meant to be for. I've no idea, but they worked really well for this. Finally, my favourite little toy.
Honourable mention.
Those little friction clamps that the lights are attached to.
Yes, they are another cheapskate saving part of the rig we have here at roughly £5 a piece.
So, as you now have seen behind the curtain, we are lazy, cheapskate filmmakers who don't really care about anything apart from audio quality.
That's very, very true.
That's about sums it up.
You normally do the thanks for watching.
Oh, right.
Oh, maybe do the if you've enjoyed this video.
If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you sign up to our Filmmakers Club, the Watermelon Squad below. Yes, our Patreon, where we have access to all our assets, our LUTs, sound effects in the future, but right now our royalty-free music library, just for filmmakers, up to 700 tracks. If you're not a filmmaker and you just enjoy looking at our faces, well, it's a great place to look at Pete's face superimposed onto watermelons. Just join us, pay for a coffee, and we'll share it with you.
If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button.
No, none of that.
That's what I was gonna say.
None of that. They know, if they care, they do it. If they don't. We don't really mind.
And maybe put in the comments how you'd like a Filmmakers Club t-shirt rather than a
Watermelon Squad t-shirt. Let's do a little poll. Which t-shirt do you want first? The Watermelon Squad or the Filmmakers Club? Results are in and it's not good for you.
Yeah, this is the bit of the video that AJ normally does a little wrapping up bit. I'll just go over here for that.
So that's been my grab and go review of the InGaff Studio. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.
That's my chair there. That's where I normally go. That's where I sit.
It feels so much better on my own.
You don't mean that.